Hare Krishna, part third. Ketu in the third house and Rahu in the ninth house. People call this placement as Maranakarak Sthan for Rahu, and we also have a myth that Rahu will take away all your spirituality. The answer is no. First, let's understand what Ketu has to do in the third house, with the past life karmas that you've done. You see, when Ketu is in the third house, the karmic debt may come from the mistreatment that you've done with your younger siblings. Something that you've accomplished in the negative way with, with your younger brother or a sister or maybe a cousin. On the same time, there could be, cheating with them, careless driving is also seen from the third house. And because of that careless driving, someone was harmed badly, is what Ketu says in the third house in your previous birth. And in this life, such people are very conscious when they are driving. Anyone who's got Ketu in the third house, you ask him, he said, no, no, drive slow, don't be fast, because your soul knows that what kind of harm, that you did in the past life to someone. Again, it is guaranteed that people with Ketu in the third house will not spread rumors because this is what you did in the previous life, right? Spreading rumors, tarnishing image, of someone. And last but not the least, you have also mistreated female servants. Anyone, I've seen so many charts, so many people where Ketu was in the third house and they are so emotional and caring about, their servants, especially female servants, right? But in the past, you mistreated them. On the same time, you were also doing wrong in property partitions because it is the 12th house from the fourth. So there also there was kind of cheating. So you meet someone with K2 in the third house and say, what are your views on getting those, ancestral property or partition of the property? He says, whatever you give me is absolutely fine. I don't want anything. But these are something that you are not doing in this life. Thanks, Ketu. But the problem is that there will be definitely, karmic destiny spread over certain houses. So what I'm going to share my screen with you and I show you the board that you can already see here. You see, we have Ketu here in the third, Rahu in the ninth, and I told you what you're not doing, what you did in the past, and now the karmic, the lessons, the karmic, destiny spread over the first house, the ninth house, and the fifth house. So what are you going to face? And you should be ready for it. And also, just think in a positive way that I'm not going to do this. I'll be very careful in these areas of my life. So first thing is, you may have fight and bad relations with your siblings, right? So they are going to come back and try to settle things for you. You're already mentally prepared not to have any fights with them, right? Third thing is that there could be you know, the father-in-law of your sibling. Okay, even these people can create problems. So, not your father-in-law, right? But the father-in-law of your siblings, you may have disputes. Do not have any partnership with the father-in-law, of the sibling. Also, and especially the younger siblings, I must tell you, uh, there will be obstacles in new ventures, right? And every time you want to start something, there will be a problem. There will be a lot of injuries on shoulders and hands, and you can have ear problems, right? Also, since this Rahu energy is going on the fifth house, you may get a very dominating, love of your life. Your maybe a would-be spouse or maybe your girlfriend, or boyfriend is very, very dominating. And, that spouse, that friend, girlfriend, or boyfriend will always hate your father as well as his father. Means they will have no respect for the father. You'll see, oh, he's my father, and he or she make faces because you'll feel hurt that she's my girlfriend, she can be my wife, and she's not respecting my father. This is what you will face, in this life. Have patience. It is your karma. It is not her hatred. Always remember this, right? On the same time, you may initially not have any interest in spiritual activities or sadhanas and all, but in the midlife you will definitely have inspirations and so many feelings to become spiritual. One thing I want to clear here is that Rahu in the ninth house, ladies and gentlemen, people said people do not have anything, inclinations towards spirituality. The answer is they have it, but it has to be a strong Rahu. Like here, it is like Kalpurusha, Sagittarius Rahu is not a strong Rahu. But if it would have been a Rahu in the sign of Virgo or in the sign of Aquarius, right, or in the sign of Gemini, definitely people are very, very spiritual, right? Or there is a Yoga Karak planet aspecting this Rahu, or the Lord of the fifth house or the ninth house, based on your Lagna, conjunct Rahu or aspecting Rahu will actually make you more spiritual than ordinary people. But wherever Rahu is an inimical, Rahu is in a sign which is like of a Mangal or a Surya or a Brahaspati or a Chandra, that's where Rahu is going to create problems, right? But again, the opportunity is always there after the midlife, after the age of 35, 36. Suddenly you will have a lot of spiritual inclinations, but prior to that, you may suffer in this. You may suffer in the morals of your life, right? One thing that I want to really, really, request people with Rahu in the ninth house is do not get into any secret affairs, right? And you know what? Secret affairs, where secret affairs with your sister-in-law or with your brother-in-law. This is where I've seen so many cases that there were secret affairs with sister-in-law, brother-in-law, which actually can worsen the karmic settlement. Very, very difficult it will make. On the same time, there will be diseases and there will be problems in the childbirth. You may feel confused in many areas of your life, and there can be some gaps in the education because of the effect on the fifth house, right? And also there could be problem in progeny and childbirth, and you may face you know certain breakups. You may get into one-sided love, right? And then it was about to begin, the other person was about to realize, and suddenly it never manifested, it just broke. So what we have to do, we have to plan our life accordingly. First, let's have inclination towards spirituality. Let's not have any illicit relationships. Let's do not get involved in the in-laws, with the in-laws of the siblings, right? Just be very careful. Just, choose your path without them, or just be very formal with them, right? Whenever you're starting something new, take blessings of Durga Devi. Offer coconut on Wednesday, in the afternoon time to the Durga Devi temple. Very, very important for people who have Ketu third and Rahu ninth house, placement. Be focused on studies, right? Do things in time, because this position of Rahu in the ninth house can give you gaps in the studies, right? And be ready for certain breakups, because it is not that the person has breaked up with you, it is that this person do not deserve you, right? In this particular life, this person was here for the karmic settlement. That's how, if you plan this position, right, definitely you're going to live a better life. I'll come up with another video. Till then, Hare Krishna, Har Har Mahadev. Thank you very much.